So first topic, the contract law, the law of contract. And what is it? It's an agreement that's supervised by law. But remember, every agreement is not a contract. And when we learn professional subjects, contract is something that is taught in every single profession, from management to accounting to medicine to engineering. Even in religion, right? We teach how to make a promise or how to make a contract, because it's the heart of business, it's heart of professional life. So what is it? Decision making, meaning yes or no, right? What we do as a professional, what we do when we are part of a profession is making these decisions, saying yes, saying no. All right. And remember that whenever we say yes to someone's request, we have a duty to keep to our promise of yes. That's what you call as a promise. Okay. And promise is key part of what you call a professional. That's what makes a professional different from other people. When we are a professional, whatever the promise we give, we cannot break that promise. අපි දෙන්න පොරොන්දුව කඩන්න බෑ. Right? අපි දෙන්න වචනේ විශ්වාසය අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම තියන්න ඕනේ. ඒකයි අපි professional කියලා අපිට කියගන්න. Right? And of course, most contracts don't have specific format. අපි contracts ගහනකොට ඔකට specific format එකක් නැහැ, right? There's no specific format. We can make the deal without talking, or even just by having, by just express or implied discussion. Sometimes we talk a lot, sometimes we don't talk at all, right? When you make a deal. Now, when I go to the newspaper stand to buy a newspaper, I go, I take the newspaper into my hand, give him 70, 80 rupees and walk away. That's it. I don't even talk. But that's a contract. Sometimes, of course, we talk, right? Let's say I go to buy some vegetable or fruit. I tell what I want. I ask what the price is. And he give me the vegetable or whatever, right? And I pay and come back. Again, any paper discussion, signatures, nane. I give cash, I get the thing, contract. But there are contracts where there is lot of format, lot of order, lot of organization. The contract for land. There are a lot of procedure, right? You can't just do it easily. You need a survey, then you have to, come up with a, a deed signed, and there has to be lawyers. You have to, make the documentation registered. You have to register with the land registry, and you have to, hand over the deed. So there's a lot of format. Contract for land. Have you seen a land deed? Insurance also same. Take a look at the insurance policies at home, right? The vehicle insurance or the life insurance. See how detailed the policy document is. It runs into so many pages. And a higher purchase. When you go for installment payment contract, that's also a lot of detail. We have to sign it. So some contracts, we don't need anything in writing. Can just easily do it. But there are contracts where there's a lot of work involved. Documents, signatures, right? Verifications, sakshikari, witnesses, and sometimes even notaries or lawyers. Right. And then, yes, we can make expressly by talking, discussion, and all that, impliedly by automatic ways. As I told you, buying the newspaper, right? I don't talk, but I get the contract done. Yeah, the contracts like this, right? Contracts for land, insurance, hire purchase, they are made in specific written format. But not all the contracts are in writing. Remember that most contracts don't have writing required. ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. අපිට නිකන් කතා කරලා ගොඩක් කිවිසුම් කතා කරන්නේ නැතුවත් we can make it නේ. So these are the things that we learned. Contracts could be made either express or implied way. Yes, It's possible to make most contracts without written documents. අනිවාර්යෙන් එක අමතක කරන්න එපා. Contract is a promise between parties which is legally valid. Yes. And so these are the key elements when you make up a contract. Agreement, legal intention, consideration, capacity, validity. Every contract has these elements, right? Let's go back to the beginning again. So what did we learn? Contract law. It's an agreement supervised by law. Yes. And what is it? Yeah, decision-making skills, saying yes or no. Yeah. The promise element. And when you are a professional, that's what makes us different from other people. Professionals don't break the promise because contract is that, keeping the promise. But when we give that promise, sometimes we may be having it in writing, but most of the time, no need to have written promises, no need to have signatures, no need in most of the contracts. But there are some contracts, right, where we may need it. So generally, express or implied. That means express means what you talk or discuss, implied means automatically we can make contracts. Some contracts are there like here, land contracts, insurance, hire purchase, right? That of course comes up in written format. So these are the things that we learned. Okay. Coming into essential elements. All right. So